Hey guys, Swayze is here. Hope everyone is well. It's the 4th of August 2022. It's 1326 hours or 26 minutes past 1 in the afternoon. The markets are live and the cryptocurrency markets are also live. Please read the disclaimer. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. So there you go. Right, guys. Just thought I'd do a little podcast on a few random, well, not random stocks, but on stocks that I've been charting out. And what I'll do is I'll put the tickers in the chapter is in Tommy the Shorter. Shout out to Tommy the Shorter. All right, Tommy boy. How's that AMGO short working for you, pal? It was up 22% today, right? Hope it didn't affect your trailing stop, Tommy boy. Anyway, so what I'll do is I'll put the chapters and the tickers in the chapters of the timestamp of the YouTube video, right? So if you don't want to listen to me waffling on, because honestly, right, I don't know how many we're going to do, but we'll get into it. We'll get straight into the charts and we'll have a look at how a lot of these stocks are moving. All right, so let's just jump into the charts. Let's have a look at bid stack group. So I did this. I drew this chart idea quite a while back now, and you know, price is moving pretty well with bid stack group. So we're currently intraday on the daily chart. We're currently 6.98% up, so that's nice. Price is 3.475 pence per share. Volume just over 5 million, so pretty decent, right? So this was my idea as an ascending channel that I drew absolutely ages ago. So we've got a touch dominant trend line that I drew to the low, cloned it, stuck it to the swing high, and you know, it created this market structure. And then we can see with a lot of stocks across the alternative investment market for the past year or so, there's been sell-offs, right? So we had this asymmetrical descending triangle, but recently we can see that price hopefully found the bottom, found support, up it came, broke out of this downtrend or this larger triangle, and we can see look at price getting on top of these EMAs, guys. Right, so we made the prediction a while back. Just drew a bit of a trend line there, just to try and compartmentalize the local action. And I think it's going to pop, you know. And looking at this gap refill idea, I think it's going to pop. And looking at this chart, I think it's going to go. I think it's going to want to retest 5p. Yes, there are some levels above that price does need to get over. Of course, there's always levels, but I'm looking at this gap idea, right? So let's just draw this gap idea, because the markets are obsessed with filling gaps. Okay, whether it's to the low or the lows of the highs, right? So when you create the larger macro picture, then you compartmentalize the action with, you know, I'm talking about what I do, right? So we create the market structure. We need to reveal the hidden market structure that the market makers are showing us, right? So when I should I say, talking about myself in the third party again, it's going to sound completely insane, but the world does need crazy sometimes. So listen, sometimes crazy, right, said in a fun sort of a way, of course, is a positive thing, in my opinion, right? So we've got this larger ascending macro channel idea. Then within the larger macro ascending channel, we have this asymmetrical descending triangle. Price broke quite a while back now, like mid July. Price broke out, and now we see all these EMAs that were like kind of moving through the middle, but like kind of converging. You see that kind of converging? Because if we just like expand the EMAs as well, you can see that we've got the 9 and the 21 and the 50 and the 100 really, really close together, and they've almost like kind of crossed. Well, the 9 and the 21 have definitely crossed over. And look at the way that price is kind of respecting this. So then we've got the Big Daddy 200, right? And then we can see today that price on the daily, for the first time in a while, it's quite exciting, That price is on top of the 200, and then that convergence of the other EMAs underneath. So let's just have a look at this gap. Oops. See, I'm wrecking my charts, right? Just wrecking my charts. So let's have a look at this gap fill idea, right, as well. So what I try and do with my methodologies is we've got individual components. We bring it all together, and it gives us an idea on where price may be going. And so far, so good with bids, because it's a winner anyway. Since I drew this idea, it's a winner. I mean, no matter what price does now, it's been a winner for Swayze's charts anyway, which is pretty cool. But looking at longer term moves, looking at the market structure, looking at everything, I think it's going to want to get back to 5p. I really do, looking at the charts. So there's some levels above. We know all that. But let's not get drowned by the details. Let's look at the big picture, and then let's go from big to small and try and figure out what's going on. So we need to see a good close today, ideally on top of the 200 EMA, which would be nice. We need to see a nice candle, ideally. But I think looking at the bigger picture, there's some potential really fabulous moves on the table with Bidstack Group. I've always been, well, not always, but I've been bullish on bids for a long time. What else should we look at? Should we have a quick look at AMGO? Because I got trolled last night in my Telegram group by Tommy TB. Shout out to Tommy, the shorter of AMGO. I won't go into all the details and all the abuse and stuff like that, because Tommy's a bit of a noob, to be honest with you. Anyway, Tommy was bragging off in my Telegram group about shorting AMGO, right? And then he was bragging off and putting emojis of beer glasses clinking together when it hits 2p, and just being a bit of a dick, to be honest with you. And then a couple of his mates started abusing and getting involved. When I kicked him out of my Telegram, then he created silly little tweets about I'm mentally unstable, I'm a this, I'm a that. Didn't know that Tommy was a qualified psychologist, you know what I mean, and psychiatric doctor. But shout out to Tommy because he kind of revealed himself, and he said he'd been shorting it since 7.5p, right? And he said to me he knew it was going to 2 pence. Well, it's funny that, Tommy, right? Because I'm not even in AMGO, for crying out loud. I just like charting it out, right? So Tommy's basically saying that he needs investors and long-term holders of AMGO to suffer for Tommy to triumph. And I think that's a bit of a stupid... Well, it's not stupid, it's just cruel, right? It's just a cruel thing to say. And being really arrogant and cocky. That's why I kicked him out of my Telegram, and that's why I blocked him on Twitter. Because, I don't think that we need to see people suffer, Tommy, for you to profit, right? Because that's just being cruel. But anyway, right, I charted this out a good few days ago, and, it was up 30% on my call. Alone, after 2 days, it was like 30% up. It's retraced a little bit now, but it's still 10.97% up intraday. We've got, what have we got? We've got, what's the price? 5p? So it's currently at 5p, right? It's bang on 5p, but it was higher earlier on. It's dealing with some EMAs at the moment. Got 3.165 million in volume, and that's where we're at. This is how I see AMGO moving. I don't think it's going to 2p. I think it's going to want to retest higher highs. I really do. I mean, I read through it a little bit. Swayze's charts and our system of technical analysis has been really successful with AMGO for 2 years. I'm not saying I get every move right, but I've called some pretty big moves with AMGOs, and that's bullish and bearish activity, right? So anyway, I kind of readjusted this chart a little bit, and I think this is the new bullish ascending channel with AMGO. I really do. I think I've revealed the market structure. We've got this asymmetrical triangle sell-off. It broke out, but it offered some significant candles, and I'm always looking at setups and candles. I'm not going to get into setups right too much, but there's a lot of setups here, and there's some fabulous candles as well. I mean, this was one candle that caught my eye, which was on the 2nd of August with this bullish engulf, right? And then look at the convergence again of the EMAs underneath, right? The 9 and the... Let's have a look. So we had this 9 convergence, and then we got this 21 convergence. And then we've got price just getting on top of the 50. So it's got to deal with the 100 and the 200, right? So EMAs are very, very useful. But you can kind of see, like, if this convergence carries on moving naturally in the kind of patterns it has been, we can see that that price may get on top of all of them at some point, right? And again, we've got another gap refill idea with AMGO that I think may come to fruition. The market has to refill gaps to the lows and to the highs. It's a liquidity-seeking machine, and the markets cannot carry on going in one direction forever. It just doesn't work that way. There's loads of stuff going on. Bear in mind, guys, right, what we are doing is decoding the data of the charts with these candles. And what makes a candle? Well, thousands and thousands of different variables on the back end go to making a candle, right? So I just try and look at the what's the word I would look for? Would it be the construct? This is the construct. This is the intermediary data that enables us. Is that right? The intermediary data. Could I say that? What I'm trying to say is that there's a lot of stuff going on in the background that go into creating a single candle on an intraday daily chart. Then when we get them all together, we can try and decode and figure out what's going on with these seemingly random patterns. And there's nothing random about the way that the markets move. Nothing whatsoever. So shout out to Tommy and his shorting crew. And Tommy, listen, you can do whatever you want to do, right? You've got the freedom living in this society with the financial instruments that we've got, that if you want to short AMGO, you can try and short AMGO. But I don't think being arrogant about it and putting emojis of beer, pint glasses of beer clinking together wishing it to go to 2p, I don't think that's a very nice thing to do, really. If you're gonna be an arsehole about it, at least be an arsehole in your own privacy, right? And you don't need to start rubbing it in other people's faces. But unfortunately, Tommy, it looks like, unfortunate for you and your shorting crew, looks like it's going against you right now. Okay, and I made this prediction before we even had these up moves. And I put the charts in my own Discord, and I proved that because I put screenshots of those charts in my Telegram yesterday to prove that I was right with this prediction. So far, so good with AMGO. Shout out to AMGO investors. There's nothing more, right, that I want to see recovery, right? I want to see buyers coming in. I want to see liquidity coming back to the markets, and I want to see recovery. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see arseholes like Tommy shorting stocks and living off the back of other people's misery. Right, let's have a look at another one. Should we look at HEMO? Let's look at HEMO, right? Because I made a prediction with HEMO a while back now, and yes, it is moving to my ideas, which is great, which is absolutely great. So HEMO's a bit of a tricky stock to decode. Okay, bit of a ranging market state, but with a decent system of technical analysis, a powerful system of technical analysis, yes, we can decode ranging market states. So it was a while back now, I said I think HEMO's going to start moving back up, and it is doing, right? So HEMO currently, today, is 1.376 pence a share, 5.77% up intraday. Volume, what have we got for HEMO? 3.36 million in volume, which is pretty reasonable. I think, looking at the chart, I think price is going to want to retest 1.76p. I think it is. Yes, there are levels of resistance above, but as we can see, if we zoom in, right, I like to decode market states. Now, with the markets, you've got different personalities. Many of you guys will already know this. You've got downtrends, uptrends, you've got consolidation zones, and you've got a ranging market state. Now, a ranging market state typically is the hardest market state to decode, but if you can nail the bottom of a range, you can do quite well. And I think we've nailed the bottom of the range. Well, the move is already a successful move, as per my prediction I made with HEMO a while back on Twitter, and I dropped it in Telegram as well. So looking at it, again, right, look at this convergence of these key EMAs, right? So we've got the 9, got the 21, the 50, and then price is trying to get on top of the 100, and then we've got the big daddy 200. Now you see the top of this consolidation zone, okay, which is at about, like I said earlier, at about 1.7 pence a share, right? We can see that price is trying to move back up to these through these EMAs, right? These earlier convergences of the smaller time frames of the EMAs, right? But it's no surprise, in my opinion, that the 200 is currently sat on top of this localized ranging market state. We can see that price has broken out this smaller triangle configuration recently. But if we examine the nature of the candles that have broken out, we can see that they are really, really bullish. Solid bar, multiple setups, EMAs converging above, empty market structure, potential gap refill. All these things are telling me that HEMO is going to want to retest at some point in the not too distant future 1.7p a share. That's what I think anyway. What else should we have a quick look at? There's loads of stuff that I've charted that is moving successfully. I mean, loads and loads of stocks. I'm really happy with the accuracy of our system, even though we have had the biggest troll attacks Swayze's Charts has ever had in its 2-year history. The biggest troll attacks in the past few weeks. But on the flip side, right, when I'm getting trolled, it means I'm doing a good job. If these rampant pump and dump groups and rampers weren't attacking me and going for me, right, I'd be worrying because I'm thinking I'm obviously not a threat. If they're not attacking me, I'm not a threat. So we've had huge attacks. I had to block 35 accounts on Twitter. I had a few unfollow me, but the attacks, and I'm not going to mention any names because I'm not going to stoop into that gutter anymore, but they cost me 1% of my followers on Twitter, right? Less than 1%. And a lot of them were enemies of Swayze's Charts anyway, and part of pump groups and rampers. See, rampers don't have this skill. Let's look at CPI. Rampers don't have this skill that I've got. So rampers have to do, they can only make a few quid and a crust by psychologically manipulating retail investors. And they do it with lies and disinformation, fear, uncertainty and doubt, fear of missing out. These classic psychological tactics that have been around for a long time in the markets, and that's what rampers do. And they create the little Telegram groups and the little London South East LSE. They try and take over the London South East and LSE bulletin boards, right? And they wage war against retail investors through mental manipulation, lies, and deceit. We know how they operate, right? And then I come along with this skill, and it kind of exposes them for the snakes and lies and shills that they are, right? Anyway, shout out to my rampers. You only confirm what I already know, and a lot of other people know as well, because we're carrying on growing, and we're going to carry on teaching this skill to anybody that wants to learn it. Right, okay, Capita Group, right? Shout out to Bob Smith, Dr. Anomaly, aka Dr. Anomaly, for making me aware of CPI a while back, and it's been a fantastic winning move because we got in quite a while back. Well, I did anyway. I'm an investor with Capita. I don't know whether Dr. Anomaly is. He might be. I can't speak for him, but he let me know about the fundamentals, and on the back end of the fundamentals, right? Because he's a fundamentals expert, genius in my opinion. I charted it out. So currently with Capita, we've got 29.84. It's currently up 2.25% intraday. Of volume, 1.765 million in volume, and look at this lovely trend. Now, I've kind of decoded it. I think this is the larger market state that we've got. I think there's so much potential for it to break out to the up. And, I mean, look at the top. I mean, if we look long-term with Capita, right, look at the top, 56.68 pence. Right, so there's amazing opportunity. I mean, even in the interim, right, break out of this bullish, smaller ascending channel that it's in, right? Top of that channel, we've got 49.50p a share. Let's look at the convergence of the EMAs. Look at the way that we have this aggressive squeeze down. Price loves to refill gaps. I think this is the macro market state, which is bullish. We've got a gap refill potential with Capita PLC. It's a dividend paying company. They've restructured, refinanced There's loads of positive stuff going on the end. It's not financial advice. This is just my own opinion. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Take a look at Capita. There's so much good stuff going on in the background with this company. It's off the scale. Gold is bouncing, right? Gold is really bouncing. I had a gold chart knocking around. Let's just have a quick look and try and find it. Gold. Let me just try and find it. Because this will have ramifications for... oh, flipping heck, I've lost it. This will have... Gold is really bouncing because it can have ramifications for a lot of other... other related companies, right? Oh, flipping heck. If I've lost it, I do apologise. Let me have a quick look. I might need to come back. But I was looking at my gold chart and I was like, wow, this is crazy on how it's moving. Let me just try and find it, guys. I can't remember the ticker. I know it's XL. Here it is. Sorry about that, guys. Do apologise. I knew it was XAU. I mean, look at this. XAU USD daily chart. Right. So let's have a quick look at the gold spot versus US dollar. So we've got 1,781 is the price at the minute. Okay, so we're currently up 0.91%. Volumes just over 4,000. Okay, but look, I've kind of readjusted this chart a little bit. We got a pretty strong bounce. We seem to have a convergence of EMAs occurring. Price recently came off this head and shoulders reversal, right? So left shoulder was created all the way back in August 2020. The head was created of this reversal pattern March 2022 this year. Price couldn't get past off the right shoulder, which was created April. Boom, and down it came. Look at this cup and handle continuation pattern, guys. Do you see it? Let me just draw it for those that can't see it, but it's pretty straightforward. Handle, cup. See it? There you go. That was like unprofessional, wasn't it, in the way that I drew it? But, you know, I'm not really good at art and stuff like that. But there you go, right? And you know what? I'm left-handed, but I chart with my right. How strange is that? Handle, cup. Okay, we've got a level above that. I think gold is going to want to retest at some point soon. I think that level's like 1867. There's market structure up ahead. I think gold is now moving in a macro ascending bullish channel, very much like the Nasdaq. I mean, we could look at the Nasdaq, but I mean, should we have a quick look at the Nasdaq? I mean, you know, for anyone that's interested in American markets, I kind of redrew the Nasdaq last night. Let me just find it. NDQ, sorry, right? Let me just find it. Because I think looking at the charts, it's bounced a while back, NDQ. Because look, with inflation, right, going up, interest rates increasing, right, those that have capital and cash, right, that, look, what we're going to do, keep it in the bank. I mean, that's not going to work, is it? Do you know what I mean? What we're going to have to do is look to hedge with investments, right? Possibly, okay? So look, US 100 index, I kind of redrew it. I think I went back to 2016 to look at this ascending channel idea. We kind of got a gap refilling in play, looking at it, the way it's moving. Again, look, EMA convergence alert. Okay, will the NAS want to retest like these upper levels of like 1,500, just above 1,500, we've got a level of resistance, right? I think that looking at the way it's moving on the daily chart, I think, and I've cross-referenced it with a weekly, I think he might want to retest these previous levels. Beautiful movement of this arc movement within this larger asymmetrical ascending channel idea. Anyway, listen, we can look at a few more, but what I'll do is I'll call this quits, because I know I can go on like a broken record, and I might make another quick few videos on a few other stocks. Guys, if you found this video of any use, do me a favour, yeah? Give us a follow, give us a like, give us a retweet, give us a share. It really helps the algorithms, okay? And thanks for everyone that's supporting me and following me. Shout out to all the students in Swayze's Charts Discord. And let's carry on trying to grow and decode the moves of these markets. And I hope everyone has a fabulous afternoon. Cheers, guys.